My goal with this video is help you understand what AI fluency is. Now, AI fluency might be the term that you have never heard of before, but I assure you it has, and it is going to have a big impact in your professional life, most likely in the years to come. Um, I'll explain what AI fluency is. I'll explain how companies like Anthropic define as the markers of AI fluency, our dimensions, and how you can measure it. So AI fluency is the ability to work effectively with AI. And I think the best way to understand it is think of languages, right? Think of you learning a second language. English is my second language. And once you start learning, you start with learning the grammar, the rules of the language, some basic vocabulary. And once you're there, it makes you maybe, it gives you a certain amount of literacy in that language. It doesn't mean that you're fluent at it, but it does give you a certain literacy. So you start from not knowing the language, being a bystander or an outsider, then to becoming literate in that language. You can understand, you can read, you can talk, and you can write. Then to eventually becoming fluent in that language. And the nirvana of this is becoming native like in that language, or becoming a native language, that language being your mother tongue sometimes. So the same idea kind of goes for AI. You are either an AI bystander, you can be an AI literate, you can be AI fluent, and then finally you can be AI native. The more you change the way you work with AI from using it as a basic search engine or kind of like this black box, you type in questions, it gives you magic answers, to really understanding the mechanisms of it, the working logic of it, what the capabilities and what its limitations are, and then being able to orchestrate multiple AI agents and maybe building your own workflows, building something with AI, even if it's a really simple dashboard, you get from AI literate to kind of AI fluent. So this year, Anthropic has published a remarkable paper on what, from its perspective, is AI fluency, the Anthropic AI Fluency Index. And of course, because AISA is an AI fluency assessment measure, the first thing we did was take a look at that. So they had a sample size of almost 10,000 people, and the things that they have found in terms of what shows AI fluency showed a 93% overlap with what we were measuring with AISA already. And then it turns out there were these other things that is not even in the AI fluency report of Anthropic that we measure on top of that. What are these things? Let's take a quick look. So from Anthropic's perspective, these things are ability for iteration. That's the number one AI fluency signal. Directive behaviors, clarifying goals, format, and examples. Setting collaboration terms. Questioning reasoning. Evaluative gap. Identifying missing context. Artifact production behaviors. So these are all the things that they look at. And then on top of it, these are the things that are not measured by Anthropic, but we think they're a big part of understanding AI fluency, which is taking a look at AI fundamentals, the technical understanding, at least to a certain level, understanding of the tool landscape. Now, it's not everything about AI, but I think it's also very useful to have kind of like an understanding of which tool, which model is better for which job, and then domain application, things like understanding which tool is better suited to which domain, whether it's a scientific problem you're targeting, it's a sales problem, the understanding around that. And then the other one is safety and responsibility, AI judgment. So they bring together all of the elements or what makes up AI fluency based on the research we've done. So to recap, the dimensions, the markers of AI fluency, which is effective use of AI as of today, prompting, critical thinking, technical understanding, workflow integration, safety and responsibility, and overall an AI judgment on when and when not to use AI. When you bring all of these together, and if you're able to use these and build with AI, if you really understand how the models are behaving, why they are behaving the way they are, if you're able to critically think about the responses that you get, And if you keep improving yourself, if you have things like learning agility, your openness to learning, and then if you have actually domain experience from other fields that you can actually use well with AI, these all add up to your AI fluency score. And then we see people who are at the top of their game, the top 1 to 5% of the people, more than 1,500 people who've taken the AISA assessment, that are the absolute best in their field. And then there are other people out there who are maybe in the bottom 15, 20%, and they have a lot of improvement ahead of them. But in any case, if you're curious about your AI fluency score, you have an easy solution, which is go to aisa.to, start your assessment, and find out where you stand.